What's up, YouTube? It's Wi-Fi Memory here today, bringing you guys some more VGC 2021 action. Today we are rocking out with our new Malamar team. This team is interactive team building. We've done such a great job with our Archeops team. I just thought, heck, we gotta do it again. And for the foreseeable future, you guys keep suggesting some great Pokemon that I'm going to just be starting to build teams around, and we just start team building together. But this couple of weeks we'll be working with this Malamar team. Malamar is very, very interesting, as it is one of the few Pokemons that I feel like is very underrated but can be super, super good in the current metagame. Alright, so you look at what traditional Trick Room Pokemon's weaknesses are. One of the biggest ones is Prankster Taunt. Well, Malamar cannot be Prankster Taunt because of its dark typing, and to me that just sets it up to be one of the greatest Trick Room setters in this game. But look at the rest of the team. We got Glastrier. Glastrier is always good. Don't matter what team you put it on, Glastrier is always going to be good. Unfortunately, the Glastrier I'm running has the best IV stats ever for speed. It's got 31. That's how I caught it. A little bit unfortunate, but hey, we're still going to be rocking out with it because it's still a great Pokemon to use in Trick Room. And guess what? It's somewhat viable outside of Trick Room. We're messing up some speed calcs that people have set up in their head, you know. So we're gonna mess some people up with just that alone. Arcanine, a great Arcanine set. This is an Arcanine I used to run back in the day. Heat Wave, Snarl, Safeguard, and Will-O-Wisp. It's a very fun set. Kind of a standard Arcanine set in a way, but very fun nonetheless. Indeedee pairs fantastic with our Malamar, giving us Psychic Surge. So then that will power up our Malamar Psycho Cut, which just does a lot more damage. Typical Follow Me set. We do have Healing Wish. I'm curious to see how often we're going to be using that. I may take that off and put Mystical Fire on it instead, but I'm just kind of curious. So we're just going to play with it and see what happens. On the bottom left, we got Mudsdale. Probably one of our main sweepers of the team. Mudsdale and Grimmsnarl setup. You know, you see that swagger on that Grimmsnarl. That's to go into our Mudsdale. And Mudsdale gets a +2 boost. Mudsdale Dynamaxes. He just KOs everything. Then you met Grimmsnarl already, but Reflect, Light Screen, and Foul Play as well on him. This team is super cool, super fun. I've had a couple of test battles already, just wanting to see if everything kind of synergizes together like it should and you know, honestly, I really like it. I definitely think there's some changes that need to be made, but overall this team has definitely got a great foundation. Let's build upon that foundation together as a community and make this an awesome team. Let's go ahead and get some battles started. We'll go ahead and go into that ranked battles. And yeah, let's get some battles started. Question of the day. What's some changes you guys want to do on this team? That's literally going to be our question of the day. Because we need to start building on this team. Let me know some EV spreads on some of these Pokemons that you would want to see. Let me know some moveset changes. Let me know anything. Hey, if there's a funny story you had with this Pokemon, let me know. If anything, you know, I mean, I want to know these funny stories. I love reading anything you guys put in the comments. You know, this has been a fun experience for me just to have a lot of people interested in commenting onto the channel. But yeah, if you are enjoying this video so far, please think about hitting that like button. I know we get a lot of viewers onto the channel. When I say a lot, I mean like 30, 50 people, you know, but I get like 5 likes. So maybe think about hitting that like button, you know. It will help me a lot in the algorithm. Also comment if you're new. Think about hitting that subscribe button. But our first opponent of the day is rocking out with that Landorus, Rotom Heat, Grimmsnarl, Porygon-Z, Lapras, and Togekiss. Alright, so what do we need to do here? I definitely can see Glastrier and Mudsdale taking off with this. You know, Glastrier and Mudsdale look fantastic here. Honestly, I'm okay with leading Malamar, Glastrier, and then having Mudsdale and Grimmsnarl in the back. Is there any reason to bring in Deity or Arcanine? Other than potentially burning a Landorus, I don't see a big reason. So yeah, let's go with these. I'm okay with this. If they do lead Landorus or Rotom, we might think about switching Glastrier out. Well, if they lead Landorus, though, I'm going to go straight for that Icicle Crash into it and try and pick up a KO. I don't care if we're -1. We're Life Orb. We hit hard. So we'll just see what happens. Rotom, I'll be thinking about switching out, though. Rotom, Landorus. What did I say? What did I say? There's the lead. Malamar and Glastrier for us. Alright, so obviously I want to set up the Trick Room. I do not want to take an Overheat, though, from this Rotom. So we're going to have to try and see what kind of switches we can make. Mudsdale is a pretty decent switch, though, because of it having the Assault Vest. It can take these attacks pretty nicely, and I'm okay bringing out Mudsdale here. When we can set up the Trick Room, I think we'll definitely be in a better spot. This Glastrier, I don't believe has a Protect. If it had a Protect, I would definitely be thinking about going for that this turn, and then next turn try and get the KO onto the Landorus. But knowing that we don't have the Protect, which I'm pretty sure we don't. I might have to check myself right now. I might have just misplayed a little bit. But Dynamax and Landorus, okay. This team is a little bit for the slow play. You're going to have to play a little slower. Last team was a very aggressive team. This team, you're going to have to play slow. Like, Malamar hangs onto its Focus Sash. That was a crit, though. I doubt it would have. I was actually shocked it took us down that far. But Malamar hangs onto Focus Sash. That's fine. Let's set up that Trick Room. There's a Will-O-Wisp into... Okay, fantastic. This sucks, but I honestly feel like Glastrier gives us a little bit more value anyway. So we'll set up Trick Room. That's fine. Now, a cool trick that this Malamar has is Destiny Bond. Something that our opponents will definitely not be expecting. So let's go for it right now. And let's check our Glastrier. Yeah, I don't have a Protect on him. So right here. Do we throw a Rock Slide? I have no problem with it. We'll just throw a random Rock Slide. Landorus switches. Hold everything. He just switches Dynamax. Okay. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, but he's switching his Dynamax. Alright, so he's got no more Dynamax, and we got a Glastrier. Alright, let's see if he goes into our Malamar. Let's just see. He Thunderbolts into, you know that's Malamar. Boom. Malamar faints, so does the Rotom. Guess what? That's our Glastrier counter. Gone. You can't tell me Malamar did not do his thing. Malamar set up Trick Room for us. Malamar's so valuable, guys. Let's go back into his Glastrier. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our own Grimmsnarl in the back. So I'm not afraid of what your Grimmsnarl can do. You know, man, we got our own. Look at that. Landorus comes out. So right here, we probably want to be switching our Mudsdale for our Grimmsnarl, but that's fine because I honestly want that KO. And we'll just go into Grimmsnarl. And we'll go ahead and start setting up some screens and stuff. But look at the board position we got ourselves in. I mean, that's Malamar. Malamar's done that for us. You know, you usually hear about double horses as a Glasstrier Spectrier team. We got double horses. Glasstrier Mudsdale team. And this team has got a little bit of swag power too, you know. Literally with the moose swagger. So, I mean, fun all around, right? Our opponent's in a pickle because he doesn't really have a decent switch in for our Glasstrier at this point. And so we're about to hit something really hard. Who you got? Porygon Z. Yes, we're -1, but we're alive for Glasstrier. We're gonna hit you hard. And you're not able to Dynamax. We can set screens up next turn, and your Porygon Z's damage output has went significantly, cannot do as much damage. The Glasstrier is a very interesting spread as well. Like, it's not your typical max attack last year, so we didn't quite get the KO and stuff. We're a little bit more of a bulkier spread, but we do have a significant amount of attack in us as well. We actually got a lot more special defense in this Glasstrier, as he has a lot of natural physical defense, so I figured this might actually work out pretty well for us. Alright, so we're in the scenario right now where I absolutely want to go for a Max Knuckle. Give me that Max Knuckle onto that Porygon. You know, we're still in trick. Yeah, you go ahead, switch that Landorus out in here, man. That's fine. Get that Intimidate drop. We're gonna go for Max Knuckle. Get a attack raise. Then we're going to be getting our Chilling Neigh, give us another attack raise, and we'll be just fine. You go for Protect. I honestly feel like we're going to be getting this KO here. I honestly feel like we're still be getting this KO for Protect because he is super weakened. And he doesn't have the best defense. Anyway, so what I say? So like I said, we get a attack boost thanks to the Max Knuckle, and then we're getting a Chilling Neigh. So we're back at neutral. And we were hitting hard at -1, hitting hard at -2. Hate to see how hard we're going to be hitting with neutral attack. You know, we're going to be hitting hard. And we still got one more turn of Trick Room. You know that, Landorus, I'm looking right at you, my man. Thinking about getting that big KO here. Not thinking. We are getting that big KO here. Grimmsnarl's here. Not worried. Not worried about Grimmsnarl. We got moves to deal with that later in the game. Yeah, we might as well go for that big Reflect. That just practically seals us up the game, though. Landorus goes for that Protect. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. I have faith that we're gonna be doing a big chunk of damage to you anyway. Like, this could honestly just KO. Not quite. But hey, we did a lot of damage. That Protect didn't do much good. Trick Room is over, but we're in such a great position. Such a great position. How many more turns of Buffet do we need to KO this Landorus? Looks like 2 more turns of Buffet. How many hell turns do we have left? We need at least 3. We have 2. Yeah, one more will definitely not KO him, so we definitely might think about going into him. I'm fine with that, though. Heavy Slam is 100 accuracy. We'll just go right into that Landorus. Is fine. For the Grimmsnarl, do we think about switching him back out for Mudsdale? Because we can reapply screens later if we need to. Mudsdale kind of gives us a we don't really care what happens to him kind of scenario because he is burned. Go ahead and start putting damage on him instead of our Grimmsnarl, which could be useful later in the game. But he's definitely doubling into our Glastrier. That's fine though. Glastrier does flinch. That sucks. Yeah, one more turn of Hail, but how Hail works is the last turn of Hail, there's no Buffet. So that really kind of bites a little bit. So what we need to do here, I definitely know a Rock Slide ain't gonna KO us. So we gotta go into him. Might as well go for a Iron Head right there into the Grimmsnarl, and battle was canceled anyway. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this team is a lot slower played. That's why I was trying to get for the intro as fast as possible, because I knew the games were going to be a little slower. It's a little bit situational based, but this is usually how I like playing Pokemon. You know, you see all these teams that's super hyper aggressive, but you make one mistake, you really suffer. So I wanted to showcase a more slow style that doesn't really punish you if you make one mistake. This style lets you kind of see what's going on and let's, I guess, be ready to counter what your opponent's wanting to do. Not able, you don't have to necessarily predict every single time, but if you make one prediction, it really turns into your favor. This team, I literally just seen a video talking about this kind of team. The Garchomp, Tapu Fini, Tornadus, Rotom Heat, Metagross, and Urshifu Water. I already know that. Just kind of watching some videos and stuff. Now I hope this is Urshifu Water. If this is Urshifu Dark, I'm gonna be like, well, thought I knew it all, guys. But from the team comp and everything, actually, that might be Urshifu Dark, because in the team comp they had a Thundurus and not a Tornadus. But everything else is such the same. Everything else is the same. I don't know. This might be a totally different team. But let's showcase Mudsdale. What do you guys say? Mudsdale, Grimmsnarl. Let's have that Glastrier in the back, because Glastrier looks fantastic. And Arcanine. Arcanine, you're coming. You know, you see that Tapu Fini, you're like, man, what are you going to do against that Tapu Fini? Let Mudsdale handle it. Mudsdale is a beast at taking special attacks. How's Mudsdale a beast at taking special attacks? My man, let me show you how Mudsdale's a beast at taking these special attacks. First off, he has the Assault Vest. There's the Tapu Fini. I'm glad he's here. We got the Assault Vest. We can take Tapu Fini's attacks. We're about to go for Max Quake. And then we're going to go for Max Rockfalls as well. We're actually probably going to be going for Max Rockfall into that Rotom slot first. So that way, we'll just get him off the board. Rotom gets Will-O-Wisp. But he can't Will-O-Wisp. Thanks to his Tapu Fini's Misty Surge. Fantastic. Thank you, Tapu Fini, for being here. This is almost too perfect, right? Opponent leads Tapu Fini. It's like it's kind of scripted a little bit to see a Mudsdale sweep or something. It's in the waters, Mudsdale. Let's get that Mudsdale sweep in a Malamar theme video. Come on, let's do it. But yeah, true honestness, you know, I like Mudsdale. Mudsdale is probably one of my early favorite Pokemon to use in Sword and Shield, and I'm glad he's here. I'm super glad Mudsdale is here, because Mudsdale is awesome, and especially when he gets +2 boost. What Pokemon isn't awesome when he gets a +2 boost? T-Boat into the Grimmsnarl? Psh, that's fine. That ain't doing nothing. Combining. Who cares? Who cares about that combine? Am I right? Am I right? Who cares? That's fine. Have you ever heard of Max Rockfall, Rotom? +2? You're fainted. You're gone. Look at that, guys. You get the benefits of just going for Swagger Mudsdale. Super beneficial. KOs the Rotom. It's definitely a potential ally switch. Potential Will-O-Wisp. Gone. Wasted on Route 1. See ya. Don't want to face ya. Mudsdale, you're the man. You're the man. Alright. What's Tapu Fini gonna do to us? I don't know. But we're gonna be setting up a light screen, and we're gonna go for Max Quake into. That's actually very interesting. Do we want to Max Quake the Metagross? Metagross could have weakness policy, and he's probably gonna be maxing it. So let's actually not do that right away. We're gonna, like I said, Max Quake into the Tapu Fini. Go ahead, Max Quake into that. We can go. We just got a lot of good stuff going on. This is probably maxing Metagross. I mean, he could be maxing Tapu Fini, but Tapu Fini is not going to be doing that much damage. There's the Metagross. That's what I was expecting. But Metagross, more than likely, unless he shows me Life Orb right now, he is definitely weakness policy. And I don't want to proc his weakness policy. There's a Protect from Tapu Fini. Okay. That's fine. Because we're going to be KOing you next turn. Next turn then. That's all fine. Let's see. Max Steel Spike. Into the Grim. Show me that Life Orb. If you ain't Life Orb, you're definitely weakness policy. And then I need to play around that. So show me that Life Orb. Any Life Orb? I didn't see a Life Orb. So you know what that tells me? That tells me right now that that's a weakness policy Metagross. Alright, so I cannot burn him thanks to the Misty Terrain. Or I'd bring out Arcanine right now. Arcanine would be bad. Arcanine's not a good Pokemon to bring out in this scenario at the moment. So we gotta go in Glastrier. Got to go into Glastrier. We got to get rid of, which Glastrier is not the greatest Pokemon either. Moon return to Misty. That sucks. Free turns. Alright, so definitely go for Max Quake. Let's see. He's going to want to go for like a Steel Attack. We can go into Arcanine anyway. We'll just kind of do like one of those double switch type things, you know. Bait Glastrier, then go into Arcanine. You know. Something that the pros do. I don't know. I just knew we're not going to be getting that much damage out. Yeah, I probably could have brought Arcanine in, but like I said, I really don't want Arcanine to be using any attacks. Because our Arcanine's attacks will hit that, will be hitting that Metagross for super effective damage. This is nice though, because more than likely he just doubled into our Arcanine. Arcanine's going to be taking those just nicely. We're going to proc our Citrus Berry. So those are really nice. You know, wasting one of his turns of Dynamax too. Yes, he gets a defense boost. That sucks. You know, he's at +2 defense. We're at +2 attack, so it's basically neutral. See how much this Max Quake does. Still very good damage. If we can get this Metagross to be undynamaxed, we're in for a great spot. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Safeguard is very irrelevant. Heat Wave, like I said, will proc the Metagross's weakness policy, so will our Snarl, so we definitely don't want to do any of that. I think the best thing to do is to honestly switch back into Glastrier. Simple as that, right? Arcanine is going to be a good matchup against this Metagross once it undynamaxes. Right now, we're going so hard into this Tapu Fini that he could just protect him. He really could. He already shows that he has Protect, too. Hopefully, he will not go for Protect, but he very well might. He also might be wanting to go for that Muddy Water, seeing that the 2 Pokemon on this field are super weak to Muddy Water, and I have a Calm Mind up. There's a Protect, though. Like I said, we're going really hard into it. But let's see, Max Quake. That that's going into that Arcanine slot. Look at that. Glastrier takes it. We played his Dynamax. He has no more Dynamax. In fact, one of his Dynamax turns, we made him go for Max Quake, which means he didn't go for Max Steel Spike. So that just puts us in a little bit better of a spot. Instead of being at plus 3 defense, he's only at plus 2. Hey, the little things that what matters in Pokemon sometimes, especially when you're playing slow like this. We're definitely playing slow. Our opponent's used to going for speed. We're playing a little bit more slow, trying to be calm about everything. Let's see what we can do. High horsepower, we could go straight into that Metagross, but I want to double into him. So let's go into that Tapu Fini. Instead of switching now, we're going to go for Heavy Slam as well, also into that Tapu Fini slot. There's the Muddy Water. Right here's where our Assault Vest plus being at plus 2 special defense really comes in handy. We might be plus 3, I forget. Iron Head, fantastic. Why is that fantastic, you say? Glastier's not doing much right now. Let him go. We'll go ahead and take out that Tapu Fini. Glastrier was fantastic for sawing Dynamax. Dynamax is over. Thank you, Glastrier. Thank you. But now, we're going to bring out Arcanine. We don't necessarily know who his back Pokemon is. Do we? Urshifu. It's Urshifu Dark. Okay, so totally wrong with my prediction. I'm glad I am wrong. Thank you very much. Because if it was Urshifu Water, we'd be in trouble right now. But since it's Urshifu Dark, we still might be in trouble. But at least we might be able to play around it. By going for a... We can go for Will-O-Wisp. I don't necessarily want to go for high horsepower until... So let's go for that Rock Slide. Rock Slide, Will-O-Wisp. I like that. Don't want to go for those big attacks just yet. Just because I want to see if we can check that. We cannot check that. So that might be something we want to try an Eevee for. Because when I made this Arcanine, Urshifu was not even a thing. So if we can, let's try an Eevee for that. That would be fantastic. Break the potential Focus Sash, but don't necessarily think Mudsdale has enough power to take both of them on. Might as well go for high horsepower. Just don't think Mudsdale has what it takes to handle both. That's something that we can look into. See if we can get Arcanine to take a Wicked Blow from an Urshifu. Maybe we can. Arcanine's a very bulky boy. We might be actually thinking about putting Incineroar here and have a similar moveset. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Interactive team building. Anyway, guys. If you guys think we have at least a great solid ground, I feel like we do. I feel like this team is at least a great starting point. Let's build onto it. Let's get this team to be its best form. I feel like we did very well with our Archeops team build. Let's do it again with this team build. Anyway, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Wi-Fi Merriman signing out.